BRAINY Dose presents 15 Things You Should Know If You Love a Highly Sensitive Person. Loving a highly sensitive person is not an average experience. They need to be loved differently than others, and there are many things you have to take into consideration when in a relationship with someone of this nature. Understanding highly sensitive people will help you communicate with them more effectively and strengthen your relationship as well. Here are 15 things you need to know about the highly sensitive person in your life. Number 1. People are drawn to them. It's not uncommon for highly sensitive types to attract all sorts of people. They have an aura of compassion and understanding, and this makes others want to flock to them. They are caring and they go above and beyond to make others comfortable. It shows in their eyes, their expressions, and mannerisms. That's why when you love a highly sensitive person, you'll remain in a state of attraction for much longer than in other relationships. Number 2. They love hard. These people are so highly attuned with their nervous system that they feel emotions in a very real and complex way. They love differently than others do, putting their heart and soul into every gesture, word, and action. And this can take a little getting used to. That being said, they are loyal, pay attention to detail, and they rarely miss the opportunity to give gifts and celebrate special occasions. Number 3. They avoid arguments. People who are sensitive know all too well how much insults can hurt, so they don't readily throw them around. And when presented with conflict, they are more likely to walk away. It's best to be patient when working things out with these folks. Give them the time and distance necessary for them to make decisions and express themselves. Number 4. They're easily overwhelmed. Highly sensitive people react to stimuli more intensely than others. They prefer environments where they can hear conversations and their own thoughts. They usually don't enjoy going to clubs and house parties, and you'd be hard-pressed to find them at a heavy metal concert. They are just too sensitive to overstimulating environments and chaos. For a highly sensitive person, a quiet dinner with close friends, a trip to the museum, or a long hike through a forest is more their style. Number 5. They can be moody. Since highly sensitive people are so affected by the emotions and moods of others, they can be prone to mood swings themselves. It's not uncommon for them to wake up in a great mood only to visit a negative parent or deal with a rude cashier and come home feeling angry or depressed. Some things that aren't that big of a deal to most people can be very important to someone who's sensitive, so it's best to understand that it's usually not you that caused them to feel this way, but others in their daily environment. Number 6. They need more downtime. With all of these deep feelings, a sensitive person's need for downtime is imperative. Since they operate on an overactive nervous system, they need time to decompress and spend time alone. Once their emotional batteries are recharged, they are ready to face the world again. Number 7. Passion and disinterest. Highly sensitive people tend to resonate with only a few passions in life, which they follow intensely. They have a creative streak and probably make this their line of work if they can. However, they also have what some people would call an extreme nature. Either they love something or they can't stand it. For instance, you might get them to talk for hours about the state of the world and how we can fix it, but they will totally go silent when you bring up sports or shopping. If you love a highly sensitive person, you need to respect their interests and allow them to follow their passions. Number 8. Decisions are hard for them. Being sensitive usually means being more intelligent than the average person. Therefore, decision-making is done slowly. They weigh options over and over in order to increase the chances of a positive outcome. Now, this may seem a bit wishy-washy or indecisive, but really, highly sensitive people just have more analytical minds. They understand that the choices they make have consequences, and they don't want to make the wrong decision. Therefore, it's best not to rush or pressure them into doing something until they've thought it through completely. Number 9. They can be hard on themselves. When a sensitive person makes a mistake or realizes they have done something wrong, they are the first ones to call themselves out on it, because they truly do feel bad about their actions. Even though they are sympathetic towards others, they are their own worst critic and aim for perfection in all that they do. Because of this, they can be incredibly hard on themselves, and loving a highly sensitive person means helping them get over their own monumental guilt. Number 10, they may forgive but won't forget. People think that those who are highly sensitive take things too personally, and maybe they do, but they have so many feelings running rampant inside that they need to get them out somehow. They have an uncanny ability to recount all of the wrongs harbored against them, and it can be incredibly hard for them to shake it off and move on. They are gracious enough to forgive someone, but they probably won't put themselves in the same situation again. Number 11, they have a hard time with criticism. Be careful when you feel the need to critique a sensitive person. Being so in tune with themselves means that they are usually their own worst enemies, so anything negative you have to say will likely already have been realized by themselves. This doesn't mean that when you hang out with them you have to live in a world of unicorns and lollipops, but use some tact. Number 12, they're great listeners. Loving a highly sensitive person means you will have someone who truly listens and pays attention to every single word you say. You will be amazed when they remember important things. However, they do listen to everything and will call you out on inconsistencies when you contradict yourself. Remember, when you deal with a sensitive person, you are dealing with a human recorder. Number 13, highly intuitive towards your emotions. Highly sensitive people are very observant, and they pick up nonverbal communication and individual vibes with ease. Loving a highly sensitive and empathic person means they will call you out on your feelings and thoughts. You won't be able to keep secrets from them. They can sense things going on deep beneath the surface, and they don't like to play games. They need transparency and trust in a relationship to make it work, so just remain honest and open. Number 14, natural insomniacs. Because their minds run a mile a minute, highly sensitive people often have a hard time falling asleep at night. Even when they are dead tired, they toss and turn. They tend to worry about things quite a bit, so creating a peaceful environment at night can do wonders for their insomnia. Talking to them gently, caressing them, or cuddling with them can help calm their mind. Number 15, hard to leave. On the downside of being sensitive lies the inability to get over things easily. Sensitive people don't like to give up, and this means in relationships as well. If you break up with a highly sensitive person, you will likely experience more drama than with others. While loving a highly sensitive person might be complicated, they hold some wonderful characteristics that will make having them in your life a truly unique experience. What do you think? Are there any other things you would add to this list? Share your experiences and thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.